people who are only someone's girlfriend who have a baby with somebody, they come in here and cry every day because a girlfriend and boyfriend can separate a lot easier than a husband and wife, leading to so many single moms.
Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome back to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So this video we want to talk about the baby mama culture, how normalizing the baby mama culture is. So this video is a video of a creator. There was a video I saw first. The creator came on and she was talking about how people have normalized being a baby mama and how people feel like less more being committed to having a child than being married before having a child. And this whole conversation stems up from a popular creator who came online to talk about how she and her boyfriend are trying to conceive and was asking for help, like, you know what, you guys help me, what are the tips? I'm trying, myself and my boyfriend were trying to conceive and all that. And this other creator that responded to it was just like, you know what, since when do we as women just start normalizing being a baby mama or just having children outside wedlock and all that? And she wanted to talk about how, yes, people will say, oh, you can still get married to a man and then the man will also leave you. But she went to talk about how it also just shows like how we don't really care about ourselves, because even if you being married and a man can walk away, a man can easily walk away when he's married to you than when a man does not have any form of legal commitment with you. The man can just pick up and go and all that. And I find this conversation very interesting because you guys know what I think about women and how women should treat themselves and how women should always center themselves. So I find this conversation really interesting, how somebody's talking about having a baby with a boyfriend, like actively trying to conceive. Anyway guys, let's go check out the original video that started this whole conversation and then the sister's response to it, and then we'll come back and talk more.
Hey guys, so I don't know if you watched Basketball Wives Orlando, but I'm trying to get pregnant. Me and my boyfriend are trying to get pregnant, right? I feel like I've tried every TikTok remedy, Google antic, Reddit, Qora, everything, and it's just not working. So I've tried maca root, doesn't work. I've tried prenatal vitamins, doesn't work. I've tried ashwagandha, doesn't work. And I just ordered some Mucinex from CVS because I'm gonna try Mucinex this month and I don't know if it's gonna work. I went to my doctor told me that everything was normal. Literally everything is normal. I don't even have fibroids. And like 8 out of 10 women have fibroids. I don't even have fibroids. He said as far as he can tell, there's nothing blocking my like fallopian tube or uterus or whatever. And he said that everything looks normal. My boyfriend swears it's not him because he has kids already. So if you guys have any tips or tricks on how to conceive, let your girl know because I'm getting old. I got 2 more years to have a baby. If I don't have a baby in 2 years, I'm outside for the rest of my life. Not having any kids. So could y'all please help me out? Any tips or tricks? I'm about to try this Mucinex, whatever thing, this month. And by the way, I use the Flow app. I don't know if it works. It's giving that maybe I'm not ovulating on the days that the Flow app is telling me I'm ovulating, but it says you ovulate the week after your period. Isn't that like what it is? Can somebody please help me? Signed, a person who's trying to get pregnant.
So last night I made that video. Megan off Bad Girls Club, she was like, yeah, me and my boyfriend are trying to get pregnant. And I was just like, why has this become so normalized when all of the single mothers or baby mamas and let's be for real, that's boyfriend, girlfriend having a baby to single mom pipeline is strong. Like, let's be dead serious. We hear so many cautionary tales every day. And I'm going to use the word crying, but I'm not trying to like say, oh, you're whining, because this is serious what you're talking about. So when I say crying, just think of like cautionary tales. All the single moms, all the girlfriend and boyfriends, people who are only someone's girlfriend who have a baby with somebody, they come in here and cry every day. Because a girlfriend and boyfriend can separate a lot easier than a husband and wife, leading to so many single moms. And they come in here and cry and tell us that their life is miserable. They have no help. And, the man has gone to be with another woman. And they're just, them and their kids are just kicked to the side. So when you hear these cautionary tales, what make y'all think like, oh yeah, I want to keep, like, let me recreate that in my life. Like, yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep it going. That's what I don't understand. And that's why I'm just like, why do y'all want to keep just going? I don't get it. Everybody is in the comments saying, oh, marriage is not permanent. Marriage is a hell of a lot permanent, more permanent than GF and BF. It's just my opinion, but if a man loves you that bad, why wouldn't he commit his life to you before God? If he's serious about loving you, if he's serious about committing to you, why not? No, really, why not? Y'all have enough money to fund a baby. Y'all can't go to the court and sign that document? I'm just asking. Like, what's the harm in that? Even if it doesn't guarantee anything, it's more permanent than BF and GF titles.
Let me know what you think about the conversation down in the comment section. Love to know what you think. So go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. But clearly, like, I have a lot to say about this myself. But this video has gotten a lot of people. The sister that responded to it has gotten a lot of people talking about the baby mama culture and how normalized it is. But for me, the content creator that was talking about how she and her boyfriend are trying to conceive, she clearly just said the boyfriend already have kids. Okay, so maybe she's doing it for herself. But the truth is that we see the drama. The things that don't people just learn from other people's story and other people's mistake. The percentage of successful being a baby mama and a baby daddy, the percentage is very low. So what makes you feel like yours will be among that 1% that is successful? Because I'm not saying, oh, baby mama and baby father, blah, 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 is a terrible thing. No, I'm not saying that. But what makes you feel yours is going to be that one? Hey, anyway, guys, I have a lot to say, and I know you have a lot to say about this conversation. So go down in the comment section and share your thought. But before we get into hearing other people's thoughts, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, now is the perfect time for you to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell, the bell next to it, so that you'll be notified once I post video. I post video every single day, and we have amazing banging conversation, 2 videos actually. So if you don't want to miss out on the amazing conversation we're having here on this channel, so go ahead and subscribe. Okay, so with that all said, let's go check out people's thoughts on this, and then I'll come back and share more of my thoughts. But go down and share yours down in the comment section.
Boyfriend, girlfriend having a baby to single mom pipeline is.
No, I always think, like, what is the thought process behind girls getting pregnant with no ring? And then I came to realize that there is no thought process, because I saw this other girl's video. I'm not going to stitch it because I didn't want to bring hate to her. But she was like, when I realized that my baby daddy's going to be in my life for longer because we'll have the same grandkids. And I'm just like, how did you not
Think about that.
And then there was multiple girls in the comments like, oh my god, why did I never think of this? Now I'm gonna cry. Why did I think of this? Respectfully, a lot of y'all need to do a lot more thinking before you give a man a child. Like, really, just like sit down and think.
Last night I made that video. Megan off Bad Girls Club, she was like, yeah.
No, because can we just talk about it? Like, essentially, watch her video, but she essentially is talking about, like, the single parentness of it all and, like, the baby mama lifestyle that has become, like, so apparent. And I can't stress how many times when I was out in these streets, like, actively dating and talking to men, how their responses would also be, I even dated a man, like, I was full on already his girlfriend, and he was telling me, like, he wanted me to have his babies and stuff like that. But in the case of Event, like, he was planning for the fact that, like, we weren't going to work out, and he was ready to be a single father. Like, he was ready to do this with or without me. And one thing that I tell all the people I'm dating is that, like, I don't know what's out here in the water. I don't know, how serious people take parenting or whatever. But when I look at it, I feel like I take it very seriously, which is why I'm 28 and I have no kids. That's very intentional. Everybody be looking at me like there's something wrong. There's nothing wrong. I love my family. I love, I want to preface that with I love my family. I love how the dynamic or whatever. However, I was raised by a single mom. There was a village. I knew my father's side of the family. I had an aunt, I had a grandmother. I had people that loved me. I didn't go without all the things, right? However, I can recognize as someone who also lived in a two-parent household where it takes, I don't know if it takes strength, but like there is benefits from coming up in a two-parent household. And I know that's not everybody's situation, but if I could have a choice in the matter, and if I could have that be the outcome more so than not, why would I actively go and choose partners that are like already with the forethought of, oh yeah, this girl about to be a single mom, like you about to co-parent off rip, like no, that's not what I want. Like, and then I have friends, I have family members or whatever that are also single moms, and obviously not by choice. They thought they were signing up for the whole family deal, and I get it. Some things don't work out. You know what I mean? Don't stay in a situation to where it's really not working and it's not beneficial for you, him, or the child. But like, I genuinely do believe that we are in an era and in a culture of like the single mom epidemic. People are looking at marriage as if like it's just not an option. It's not a thing. It's not for everybody. And I get it. It's not. But like, won't even try. Like, there was a time where it was like 50-50. You meet people that were like non-monogamous and it was what it was. I feel like I go out there now and it's all non-monogamy. Nobody wants to commit. Everybody wants to co-parent. And everybody just wants child. I don't even know, but I'm scared. I'm scared.
Marriage is a hell of a lot permanent, more permanent than GF and BS.
A lot of women are being manipulated. And I'm going to tell you a story about my ex-boyfriend that's a great example of this. My ex-boyfriend and I dated for 2 years and a month. That's important to the story because I have a very strict boundary. If we've been dating for 2 years and I don't feel like we're going to get engaged or get married and our relationship's not tracking in that direction, it's time for us to say our goodbyes. So obviously when we first started dating, we would frequently talk about marriage. That's normal. By the end of our relationship, he would try to have conversations with me all the time about how there was no need for us to get married. And again, it's important to note that this was towards the end of our relationship. I would never have put that much time into a person who wasn't aligned in their goals the same as I was. He would try to tell me all the time that I didn't really want to be married. I only wanted to get married because society told me that's what I wanted. And the government is going to be all up in our business, and I was being brainwashed and being told that I wanted to be married when I didn't want to, and he would still give me all the things that came with marriage, and we could still have kids, and he would buy a house, and we would have some dogs and live happily ever after. He just didn't want to get married. So I would explain to him, like, no, marriage is a non-negotiable for me, and you knew this because we've been dating for 2 years. And again, he would just try to convince me, what? You're telling me that you won't be with me for the rest of your life, all because of a piece of paper, when I tell you I'm going to do everything for you and I'm going to do right by you, I'm going to take care of you. And I said, yes. So eventually we break up, and he tries to convince me over and over again that we should get back together and marriage is not that important and blah, blah, blah. You know the story. And so finally I told him, you're wasting all of your time and your energy trying to convince me that I don't want something that I know that I want, when it would be way easier for you to go and find a woman who's more aligned with what you want, who doesn't want to be married. Like, that doesn't make sense. And he told me straight up, well, no, I don't want to be with the woman who doesn't want to get married. What? He said if that woman doesn't want to get married, she's probably not a good woman, which I don't agree with, by the way. But this is a person who does a complete 180 on how he feels about marriage and then tells me that instead of picking someone who's aligned with him and doesn't want to be married, that's not a good woman. So what does this say about you as a man? All that to say, if I didn't have the mental fortitude that I have, I could have been manipulated, because that's how narcissistic men work. They'll tell you, hey, I'm gonna give you all these things you say you want, right? A house, kids, this cute little life, this family, but I'm not gonna marry you because that's my way of taking the power back in this situation. I'm giving you what you want, but not too much. I watch a lot of the manipulation happen to some of you guys, like in real time, and it makes me really sad. And I feel like if you know what it is that you want deep down in your heart, don't let somebody convince you that you want otherwise. Don't let people like convince you have to settle for crumbs.
So last night I made that video. Megan off Bad Girls Club, she was like, yeah.
I have a story to tell about how my friend went from earning her master's degree and about to attend a really nice school to get her PhD to being manipulated by a man that she met into having his kids and dropping out of school. So I had this friend that I had known for like quite some time. I had met her when I had transferred to Clark. So I transferred to Clark in 2016. I had met her because we lived in the same dorm, and she was really nice. And she ended up transferring out because she needed to go to another school for a specific major. I don't really know what it was. I want to say it was like biology or chemistry or something like that. But I knew that she eventually was going to go earn her PhD in this particular field. So my friend was doing really well, and we ended up graduating from college around the same time. So I did 2019, and then I think she did the summer. No, I did 2019 in the summertime because I had to take extra classes, and then she did 2019 of like May or June. So we both were pretty much done, and I was taking a break. I'm taking a break. I ain't going back. Okay, I don't feel like dealing with that. But she went straight through with her plan, and she ended up getting her master's degree all throughout COVID, and then she took a little break. So she got multiple degrees in her master program, and then she had got into the school that she wanted to get her PhD. And by the time it was time for her to go, she had got her apartment, really nice, close to campus, and she decided, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and take a little break, a semester off to take like a mental break. And the school was really nice about it. You know, some schools be like, like you gotta come. Especially if they're funding like some research that you're doing, sometimes they don't, pan out like that. So they were really nice about it, but they told her to still come on campus and get to know the faculty and the staff and the professors that she was going to be engaging with throughout her matriculation through the university. Still come and participate in events and stuff, get to know the students, so that when the transition happens for her to start school, it'll be really easy. So she went down there in August. Let's say she went down there in August, and everything was going good. And she was telling me how much she liked the campus, and she wanted me to come visit and like see like what it was about. Now, a little piece of me feel like she wanted me to come down there and see how good the school was, and then I'll come down there and do my master's degree, and then we graduate again together. But yeah, I wasn't gonna do that. She had also recently joined the same sorority as me, and she got to do it through grad chapter. So I was really excited for her, and she really wanted us to experience a PWI homecoming together, because that's something we never really had, but we really wanted to experience and see the differences from an HBCU homecoming and a PWI homecoming. So over time, she is telling me like how she's having so much fun getting to know the people that she's going to be taking classes with, and how lenient the study schedule is, and how they do a lot of self-study research or whatever they do. I don't know. It was really good. And she was saying like she's having a ball, and she invited me out. I ended up not coming to that homecoming because something had happened. And that something that happened was that she met a man. And this man was really nice. Like at first he was really, really nice. He was a blue collar type of man. Somebody that her family wants her to be with, her friends want her to be with, or she even wants to be with. He was a really good guy. Okay. From what he was doing and how he was behaving and what he had told the friends, family, and her, we thinking like, yes, this is a blue collar man. Don't go too far off your plan, but this might be the guy for you. My friend was the type of friend that she didn't want to have kids until after she finished getting all of her degrees. She understood that having a baby and raising children and stuff while you're matriculated through your educational goals and all of that, that's going to be a lot. That's going to be a lot. And she understood, I don't want to do that until I am done. It's been like that since I knew that girl, okay? We both understood we are not having children until we are done with our goals and aspirations when it comes to like our education or our career. For me, example, I want to sit for the CPA one day. So I know I don't have I don't have any business having any children until that is done. Because that requires me to go back to school to get a master's in accounting or finance, and then go sit for the CPA. Or I could do it vice versa. But I just don't have any business having any kids, doing any of that. And she doesn't either. This man, when I tell you this man manipulated my friend out of her non-negotiables and her hard boundaries, so much so that she ended up getting pregnant by this man. She got pregnant by him, I want to say around Thanksgiving, and it was a tough pregnancy, and she was not able to go start her classes in the spring like she had planned, and the school had allowed her to rearrange and do. She ended up trying to push it out to the fall, and they allowed it, but they let her know you can't keep pushing it out because we gave you grants and stuff for research, so we understand like your situation, but yeah. My friend had her baby, everything was going fine, and she was getting ready to like do what she needed to do and go back to school. And why did this man get my friend pregnant again? Even though I know it takes two to tango, he was manipulating my friend. Okay, he was manipulating her into thinking that she needed to put her goals and aspirations to the side to prove to him that she deserved a ring from him by having his babies. My friend was not the type to be like, oh, I'm going to have children. Like, she was not like that, okay? That was a non-negotiable for her. But that man was manipulating her so bad that it got to a point where she ended up having two of his kids, okay? And she never started her PhD program. Wow. The manipulation was so deep and in-depth that she started coming to me trying to convince me that I needed to start having children as well because she don't want me to be an old mom. And y'all probably like, what is that supposed to mean? That was the tactic that he was using on my friend. He wanted her to be a young mom. So that's why she was having his kids. And when she came to me and started saying stuff like that, that's when I knew like, hey girl, what's going on? Because when did you start thinking like that? Like, you have a PhD program, you got a full scholarship, you got money and funding for your research. Like, what is going on and why are you having kids out the ass? It was because of that man. It was 1000% because of that man. He was manipulating her into thinking that she wasn't good enough to just get a ring, be his girlfriend, his fiance, then his wife. He convinced her that she needed to be his baby mama first, and then maybe marriage will be later down in the future. My friend ended up having 3 of this man's kids within a two-year time frame. How that is even possible, I don't really know, because from my understanding, aren't you supposed to wait like 2 or 3 months to procreate again? My friend has cut a lot of us off because we were trying to convince her to get from underneath this man. To this day, she has not started her PhD program. She ended up having to move back home, which is across the country from where she was already at, and she's back living with her family. It's really hard watching stuff like this happen to somebody that I was really cool with, okay? Watching all of her dreams and aspirations being put on hold because a man came into her life and manipulated her into thinking that she wasn't good enough when she was the prize the entire time. Men are literally out here manipulating good women who have everything going for themselves and have a lot of accolades and achievements under their belts. They're successful in their careers. They're manipulating them and gaslighting them into doing stuff that they never intended on doing. My friend never intended on being somebody's baby mama. That lady wanted to be somebody's wife and then have children later down the line after she was really solid in her career. She never wanted to have kids in her mid 20s. But because that man came along and they was supposedly in the same type of program, he convinced her to be a baby mama first 3 times. Now they're not together and she had to move back home. And yeah, but that man graduated on time. He graduated on time. I don't know what he was studying, but he graduated on time. And now he is engaged to another woman. Yeah, it's so crazy. And it's really unfortunate that that man got a hold of my friend and manipulated her out of her non-negotiables. And I really felt like he didn't have any intentions on truly being with my friend and marrying her. He was just using the baby mama to single mother pipeline method to always have access to her. I feel like men who are narcissistic and crazy, they use that to always have access to certain women that they know they had no business trying to pursue or date in the first place. Okay. I really feel like he did that to her so that he can always have access to her, because one day she was going to wake up and realize that she was too good for him and she was always out of his league. Yeah.
I love that story time. Please go down in the comment section and share your thought. Love to know what you think about this amazing conversation down in the comment section. But please keep it respectful. As always, you're on this channel. We're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. So go ahead, feel free and share your thoughts. But yeah, this baby mama thing, like the story time part, this the last lady was given, like it's so, like this is something we always talk about. This is it, when as a woman you don't center yourself, then you are easily manipulated by these men. And I can so relate. Like, I get what she's saying about how a lot of men, they try to make a lot of women feel like, oh, you need to have kids, probably you have kids. And this is the crazy thing. I was having this conversation on the live we had on Saturday, of how in my society a lot of men will tell women, even some families will tell women they have to get pregnant first before they will even marry them, because they want to make sure that they can have children. And they know that once they have kids with you, or once you have kids with them, automatically they have free access to you at any time. Sometimes, which is most times, they even have access to your body. And this is why we talk about here on this channel that women, be very intentional about how you move, who you choose to have kids with. I'm not telling anybody not to have kids or not to get married, but if you know me, you've been watching this channel, you know how I feel about marriage. I personally, I don't believe in marriage. The institution of marriage and how it's been structured, it does not favor you as a woman. Coming from someone that is married, I've been married for almost, by in a couple of months, next month, August, not even a couple of months, end of this month, okay, I'll be married for 11 years. And that is just, I knew somebody saying that. That's why you come. You said August, not July. I'll explain that later on. Okay, I had two weddings, so one of them was in ending of July, and the other one was in August. So that's why. Anyway, thinking about it, coming from someone that is married, like I said, I personally, I don't believe in the institution of marriage, because if you know the institution of marriage, if you live in the institution of marriage, you will know that it does not favor you as a woman. And yes, somebody would say, oh, but Destiny, you're there, you're married, and da 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 da. I'm still married because my marriage is not in the institution the way it's been structured. My marriage is really, like, my marriage is different. And I talked about that on the live we had yet. My marriage is really different, and genuinely I am, honestly, I'm happy with myself. I'm happy with the life I'm living, and my marriage is the way it is, and I'm able to do the things I want to do, love the things I want to do. Like, I am living for me in my marriage. I am not being suppressed by, maybe I have to be careful the way I talk, how I move, how I dress, what I say, how I say it. No, I am honestly, why I'm still in this marriage and I still feel fulfilled is because I'm honestly, authentically living my life, and it's not tied to who my husband is or what he is and all that. I am living life for me. He's just a bonus as a partner in my life or in my story, but I am the main character of my life. So yeah, I don't believe in the institution of marriage. And I feel like you can have, the honest truth, that I feel like you can have a very good marriage, a very honest marriage, if you're not going with the way society set it up. Then probably, okay, but the way it's been set, and the way society has raised us women, it's really toxic for us that we always feel like we have to push back our dreams and our aspiration to suit having a man suit society ideology of us. And the baby mama one is one of them, and it all comes from when a woman does not center herself but rather center men. And it also comes from a lot of trauma from their childhood, their environment, their parents, their home. And this is why you're on this channel. I always talk about how, as women, we need to go do the work to heal ourselves, know ourselves, and know what we want. Because when you're healed, you know what to do, you know what you want in your life, and you're very intentional about your life. But the baby mama culture, it's so normalized, and for me it scares me to her, because a lot of the time most of these women, they are not foreseeing and saying that, you know what, this man, what if this man leaves, what if this man doesn't choose me, because they are just been waiting to be choose. And like the other says, the original creator, if a man really wants to be with you, the man will commit to you and you will know. But most times, most of these women that turns out being baby mama, they are doing it just in the hope, not because they have the facts, the evidence, and they know for sure. It's just in the hope that, oh, this man was going to pick me, this guy man is going to do life with me, this man is going to, and at the end of the, which we've seen repeatedly here on social media, of how a lot of women, a lot of baby mama have come and talk about their OD and how terrible it is. And the truth is that you can actually be a baby mama whether you're married or not. That's one thing I know. You can either be a baby mama either way. You've seen men married and all that, and they're out the door and they're leaving you as a single mother. But one thing I always tell women, always choose you. I'm not telling you not to have kids or have kids, but what I'm saying is that when you're doing anything, when you're moving in life, be very, very intentional and ask yourself, are you doing it for yourself? Are you doing it for the other person? Are you doing it for society? Or you just want to be perceived a certain way? And one thing I will tell you, always do anything you do in your life for yourself. Always choose yourself. Always put yourself first and ask yourself, how does this thing affect me? How does this thing benefit me? Is this what I really want to do? Is this what I really want out of my life? Like this lady that was sharing the story of how our friend got manipulated by the man and have a baby, and now this man is not engaged to another woman. That woman, she would just keep having could have, should have in her head. If only I did this, if only I did that, and if only I did that. But this is why we always talk about here on this channel, telling women, younger girls, always speak yourself, ask yourself, that man you're centering, that man that you're waiting to pick you, to choose you, he might not choose you. The only person that will always choose you and pick you is you. So start centering yourself. Start putting yourself first. Start taking care of yourself. Start being very intentional with your life. Because it's not having a child, even as a two parents household, it's not easy. And then having it and doing it all by yourself, doing it alone, is toxic. Like it's hell. Like it's hell, is draining. And then having a man that treats you like trash, you now have a child with that man and you're tied to that man for life, whether you want to leave and all that, whether you like it or not. That man, half of the man, that man's DNA is in the child that has your DNA, so you cannot run away from it. Okay, so anyway guys, I really want to know your own take about this baby mama epidemic that is going, how people are normalizing being a baby mama. Oh god, I just like, really, let me know what you think down in the comment section. But please, like always, keep it respectful as always. Go on and share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We are banging conversation. So go ahead and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, because that's what we do here. Please give this video a like, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to join in this conversation. And that'll also be you supporting this channel and this girl, yeah. With that all said, guys, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.